Hi everyone, this is the new Hewlett-Packard scanner that we got during the summer break. I'm just going to show you generally how you operate this and scan to a USB. The scanner at the moment is fully switched off. Okay, there's no indicator lights here or on here. Everything's switched off. Okay, you might find that maybe the cleaners unplug it. So let's just take it from scratch so you see what happens. Okay, so let's put a switch on. Now, this machine needs a little bit of a warm-up before you can use it. So you can see here the indicator lights are, we've got a red one here, warning. We've really got to wait till we just get a green light here before we get moving. Okay, so we'll let that kind of warm up, but this scanner's different from the others in that it's got this this kind of monitor. It's basically got a computer attached to it. This switches on underneath the console here. Okay, so if I can sneak under here, I'll show you there is a button about halfway along the bottom here. Okay, just a single press and that brings the computer to life. Okay, I've got the screen tilted vertically here to so I can film it without too much glare. Okay, you can't do anything, there's no keyboard, you can't interrupt the setup process here at all, so you just have to let it run. Okay, so it takes a few seconds. You see we've got a blue light there. We've got a spinning circle in the middle and it should kick into life pretty quickly. Okay, now loading the scans is exactly the same as the old scanner. Okay, you just place it in the middle on the deck and it will pull the scan in automatically once it's got its settings. So once the operating system here has settled down, I'm going to change to the other camera, which is set up filming the screen proper. Okay, so it's ready to start using properly. Okay, so the first thing you'll see on the control panel is kind of a setup guide and how to start the machine. We basically just hide that. So use the button in the middle to hide that. The default selection is to copy something. And we've not got this set up connected to a printer, so we're not going to use it as a very large photocopier. Okay, so what we're going to do is scan. Okay, and we're going to scan to a USB, and the USB goes in the top corner of the computer here. So the top right hand corner, you've got your USB slot. Okay, I'm going to place the original on the deck now, just in the same way. Okay, so just center it and try and get it as horizontal as you can. That's going to help. So it's sitting there, loaded. You now can do your settings of how you want to scan. So there's quite a few options here. We haven't experimented with every one of them, so we don't know exactly which ones are best for which particular types, but that'll come with time once we use the machine more often. Okay, so you can see here we've got a choice of image type, either black and white or color. Type of original, this is the one that's we're not too sure about. Okay, so what I've clicked here and I'm going to choose CAD copy because it's a CAD drawing that I'm scanning in. Okay, whether that means it's going to improve the sharpness of lines or not, I'm not too sure. Okay, the lightness, this is another thing we haven't played around with much, but this thing that I'm scanning is fairly pale, so I'm going to drop the value down by -2 so that it darkens things up a bit, gives it a bit more contrast. Okay, scan resolution, sorry, click the wrong one there, scan resolution, and we can choose what we want there. I'm just going to leave it at 300 and close that again. In there you've also got descreening, so if it's something like a newspaper print, then you choose descreen because it's got a kind of a dotty appearance otherwise. Okay, I'm going to leave the size as it is, as the original. But these are the things you might want to change most. So it's the destination first. So at the moment it's going to try and save it to D images, and drive D is on this unit. Okay, so we click on D images, And to get to the USB, it's a little bit strange. You use this double dot icon. This is old DOS kind of symbolism for go backwards. So you hit the double dot, hit it again, and then you can see you've got the option to choose drive E, which is your USB stick. So we're going to save it to drive E. There's already some scans on there. These three were from the old scanner. This is the one from the new one. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So OK. And I can change the naming system if I want. At the moment it's putting in the time of day that it's scanning it at. But you can choose the date or whatever you want to do. Could just be a counter, etc. Okay, so it's going to be a bit of a crazy file name, this one. And your final choice is down here, is whether you want a JPEG or do you want PDF or a multi-page PDF. So that's pretty useful that we can do multiple scans into the same one. Okay, similarly TIFF or multi-page TIFF. So I'm just going to stick with JPEG. So I'll close these two boxes. Sorry about the noise, there's still a lot of drilling work going on around here. And so it's ready to scan now. So I'm just going to launch my other camera at the same time, just so I can capture this in two ways, so I can get a long view and the close-up. Okay, so you hit start to actually do the scan. The difference here is that you'll see a preview as well. Okay, so this is quite useful. So it's actually done the scan, it's now kind of processing it. So you see that it basically threw the paper back out very quickly. But as the machine is kind of processing the scan, it's appearing as a big preview on screen, which is good to see, if you've got it really badly misaligned, or if it's okay. Okay, now watch out for problems at the bottom here. We've had scans come through that were kind of blurred at the bottom, and we think that's basically because of the kind of paper quality, the thinness of the paper. Wasn't able to get a good grip on the paper. Could also have been too thick. Okay, so that's all you need to do. And if you're the last one here, then just power off. Okay, and you can switch off and shut the system down if you want. Otherwise, just take your USB and head off. There's not much more else to say about this machine. It's very, very simple to use.